The whole purpose of going to the gym and working out is to feel youthful. Are you actually feeling younger when you go to the gym? Are you feeling older? You might look good, but you feel older. Now, if there's an implement that will help you to retain that explosive childish energy, it is the kettlebell, or more accurate, the kettlebell swing. All right, and what I'm going to do is go through how it helps you so that we can enjoy doing it, because you will notice there are endorphins when you swing the kettlebell. The biggest problem is that people don't know that it's for explosive energy and they swing it the wrong way. Now, 8 years ago, I started swinging the kettlebell just like everybody else in the gym because I thought it was just another sort of cardio workout. But then I injured my QL. I ruptured it almost. And for about 4 or 5 years, I had this excruciating pain down there, which prevented me from even sitting down in my car or even laying down on that side. So is it worth it? It definitely is worth it if you know what you're doing. So this video is for you. Do not skip it. Follow each cue and I guarantee you'll see the benefits of it and you will strip off the years. And I know about that because now I'm coming up to 50 and I can play sports with any 10, 11, 12, even 15-year-old athlete. Anyway, kettlebells. I have here 2 kettlebells, a 8 kg one and a 12 kg kettlebell. I would not be suggesting that you go any lighter than that. I mean, I'm making a lot of assumptions here. Maybe you are very small and you could find a kettlebell that's 6 kgs that might have a pull on you, because that's what you want. You want to feel that weight pulling you in a certain direction, while in the meantime you remain grounded and you find that center of mass where you're under control. You're dancing with the weight. Like if you're dancing with somebody who's leading you, you know where that center of mass is and you move together in sync. All right, so if you've got a small weight, what will happen is you'll just lift it and control the movement. There's no real swing with it. So I'm gonna work with a 12, but I would say that's a start. These are starting weights. For a female, maybe an 8, 12 for me for a man. Now, here are some important cues to understand. The most important thing is it is not a squat, it is a hinge. But here you go, here's an example. A squat pretty much is going up and down. So if I'm in a cylinder, kind of like a Pringle box, I go up and down, I don't touch the sides. That is a squat, okay? All the weight is bearing on the legs. However, the hips are staying stationary. The back is upright. Now the hinge, this is going backwards. So the legs are staying where they are. Just the hips are going forwards and backwards, like I'm shutting the door with my backside. All right. Now, another good cue is to do the karate chop. And I would suggest doing that before you ever pick up a kettlebell so it becomes second nature. There you go. And what we're doing is we're creating that hinge thrust is where that energy comes from. All right. It's not a movement that we seem to be doing a lot because of the sitting down, but keep it clean. All right. Now, so when we're swinging that kettlebell, that's what we're ultimately trying to do. Now we want to create a real thrust. So we're decelerating the kettlebell as it swings beneath our legs and goes in that direction. And we're going to create a thrust whereby the kettlebell is actually going with momentum. So you know what, anything we do, as we explained, explosive energy requires you to almost let go of the object and it has momentum to go by itself. So there should be a weightlessness between the solar plexus and the chin. The kettlebell should not really go any higher than that. You see a lot of demo videos with people doing the American swing, which is up here, absolutely and utterly pointless. All right, so allow me to demonstrate. I'm standing behind the kettlebell roughly about 18 inches, creating like a triangle in front of me. So the kettlebell should not be right in between the 2 legs. There, it should be in front of you. That will allow you to create momentum from your very first pull. You then get into the hinge and you straighten the arms out first and then you pull it backwards, don't lift it. So we pull it backwards and we get a swing. Now, what I ultimately want to do is get my arms to touch on my thighs. So again, another bad swing is this way, okay? Because again, you're not relaxing and working with the weight. You're not dancing with that weight. And then once I thrust, that should allow it to go upwards. So here we go again. Standing behind it. Now, pay close attention to my breathing. Okay, so holding on to the kettlebell, all right, and I breathe in and blow. Because as we explode, there must be some kind of explosion of exhalation as well. Okay, now notice there is a thrust and a lock, thrust and a lock. This is known as the hard style. When I lock my legs at the top, my glutes are squeezing nice and tight because that's controlling the actual weight. Notice from the swing, it should go upright rather than in a horizontal manner. And I'm also trying to lift my kneecaps upright and lock it into position at the top of each swing. Notice how my arms are a little bit bent at the top. It's not straight like that. And also, the kettlebell isn't flipping up and backwards neither. I'm under control with it as well. And then I go backwards one more time and land it on the apex of the triangle. I don't stop it in the middle of its momentum and then place it downwards. Again, most injuries are caused in the gym by the putting down and the picking up of weights. I worked in the gym for a long time, and all the time I've been doing exercises, no injuries occurred. But putting the weights away after people, that's when we get the injuries. I could go into why that happens, but that will be for another video. So that's the basic Russian swing. That's what you need to be doing. Now there are many, many different variations. Probably another 30 I could show you, but we're gonna get that right first. With that exercise, you will learn to generate power with your punch, okay, and your kick, and your throw, because it's coming from the ground and you're remaining grounded as well. And anyway, I failed to ask you to like, share, and subscribe. If you've enjoyed the content, please do so. If you don't, I won't create any more videos for you. Please tell me this is a deal, and I'll see you in the next video post.